But baddies coming fold. Give me money, kiss my toes. Going with your bro, it was for show. Just so you know, we just want to get lit. We just want to get lit.
The EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. Two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero, nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. J.J. Watt with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Murray off play action. It's complete to Brown, right side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Play fake. Murray. Buying time to his left. And he's got this down to the 35.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On 1st down, here's Breida. Space to run past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Matt Breida, 35 yards. And the Cardinals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. Touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On play action, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A first down throw for Cousins. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. They'll get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4. It's 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Cousins. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. To throw is Cousins. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
They try again with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Cousins now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun now from Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will finally get it, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. J.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief that...
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Arizona.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
First down, Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get... us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a toss right side for Breida. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Matt Breida with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kyler Murray as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Prater for the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll throw now on the final play. That is caught by Thielen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Set to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. Cook, a 1st down and more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
First down, here's Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Steps away to his left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
From the 45 on second down. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Hollywood Marquise Brown. His second touchdown of the night. And the Cardinals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taking it about the 1. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 84 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And the Cardinals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is...
Touchdown, Cardinals! Andy Isabella, 54 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a second down and 6. To throw, Cousins. He'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Cousins on first down. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson there to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the two-point try. Cousins will try and throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this fourth quarter. Now Murray off play action. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. DJ Waddle just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Murray. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
That certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Now a give running left is Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Murray now. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This from 42 yards out. Prater's kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Prater now will send it away following the main field goal. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. They've got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 42 yards. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Cousins now to throw on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida finding room at the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Matt Breida, 83 yards. And the Cards are moving closer to a date now, the NFC Championship game, as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll run on first down. Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC. And this number 2 seed definitely looking to part, and now they sit 1 win away from a Super